The last self-development video you will ever have to watch. I did zero planning on this video, but I'm here to tell you all the wisdom that I have gathered throughout my life. You see, I'm 26 years old. I've achieved financial freedom. I've achieved the most extreme levels of social confidence where I can essentially go up to anybody on the street and make them my friend or go on a date with that woman. I've achieved content mastery where I'm very popular on multiple platforms. This is my second account. But on my main YouTube channel, I have over 28,000 subscribers and I have over 100,000 followers on Instagram and Facebook. I have a lot of friends, and most of all, I am extremely happy. My happiness and my peace is honestly something I'm so proud of, and I don't really know anyone like me. It's so rare to find people like me, especially at my age. So this video is to try to help you become more successful, because I do believe I am just so ridiculously successful. And I don't mean to be, some of you might think, oh, this guy is full of himself, but really the whole point of this video is to make you more like that. And I feel like if I didn't explain to you who I was, you probably wouldn't give a fuck. Which is fair. You shouldn't. In fact, a lot of you, this is number one thing I want to teach everyone here, is you need to stop listening to everybody. Only listen to people who have what you want. Only listen to people who have what you want. Okay? Which means if you're trying to make money, then you listen to someone who's successful with money. That's it. You don't fucking listen to people who are broke or who are somewhat decent with money. You listen to people who have money. In a world of abundance where there are so many kinds of different human beings here, why would you choose anything other than expert elite advice? Why would you? That's money. But this applies to every domain of life. Money, relationships, fitness. I am, right now in this moment, I'm a dating coach. I'm a dating and mindset coach. And if that's what you want help with, just link in my description. But to get on with the video, and by the way, let me actually go in on that for a little bit. If out of everything, dating, fitness, nutrition, all these domains of life, I'd say dating is the most, generally people are just so confused about this. People don't get this shit. This is the most difficult one to master, in my opinion. In my opinion. I say opinion because I haven't statistically proven this. But I'm pretty sure I'm right. Pretty sure I'm right, man. Why? Because I've dealt with so many dudes who have so much money, they have so much this, they have so much that, but they don't have the woman they want or the dating life they want. It's a very common phenomenon. In fact, I would say social media is revolved around this. Literally, it's revolved around dating. It's so crazy. But anyways, that's besides the point. So that's number one. Don't listen to people who don't have what you want. Okay, number two. What is my second piece of wisdom for you guys that have helped me so much in my life? It has to do with number one, which is be careful. Be very careful with what is it that you want. In fact, this can be summed down to one quote that I love, and it's so interesting, which is be careful, careful what you wish for, because it may become true. And this is a really interesting quote that I've heard when I was young, and you probably heard it too. And it's not until you go through this that you really believe it. Because guys, my entire life is like that. Pretty much everything I currently have is something I wished for in the past. And the reason I want you to be careful... Oh, look at this little dog. I don't know whose dog this is, man. Oh my God, that's so cute. The reason... Just random ass dog coming up to me. Guys, you know you're operating at a high frequency when animals love you. I literally just left a cafe and there was a bird. Swear to you, sounds like I'm fucking lying. The moment I left the cafe, a bird just sits where I was sitting. I look back and I'm just like, that is so interesting. And the whole time I was at the cafe, I haven't seen a single bird. Just a beautiful little bird sat where I was sitting. Right now, some dog just came up to me by himself. Like, what the fuck? I never even seen a dog by himself here in my entire existence, which is so weird. But I'm not like in Colombia where there's just dogs walking around. Like, I'm in fucking Miami. I'll get into that later, the concept of manifestation and attracting everything you want. I'll get into that later. But let's get back to the point of the video. Let's get back to the current point we're on, which is be careful what you wish for because it may become true. Okay. See, why am I making this a second point? Because if the first point is follow people who have what you want, the second point is be careful with what you want. And I say this because you guys, 99% of you want the wrong things. How do I know this? Because I hear it all the time. Everybody wants to be so rich. Everybody wants to have a bad bitch. Everybody wants to do this, do that, right? See, there's nothing wrong with wanting these things. And this is coming from a guy who's financially stable, very financially stable, and you know, I'm abundant in my dating life as well. This is coming from that guy, which is I'm telling you that it's nothing wrong with wanting these things. What's wrong is with making these things the purpose of your life and existence. And essentially basing your self-confidence and love on the results you have with these things. What's a great example? I always bring this guy up because every man knows who he is. Andrew Tate and Alex Hormozi. These are two great examples. Pretty much every man who's trying to improve his life knows who these two guys are. Whether you know both or you know one. To me, they're damn near replicas of each other because their philosophies are so damn similar. So damn similar. See, you don't want to fall into the trap of basing your identity on the results you have. You don't want to fall into that trap. Why? This goes into my third point. Should I just go into my third point now? You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go into my third point. The third point, which is connected to the second point, is your frequency creates your reality. The internal world is more real than the external world. That right there, that is the third point. That is the final point of this video. And because I really don't think I need to say more besides those three things I said. I didn't prepare this video at all, but I really think I just dropped three of the most important concepts I've ever said in a video. Wow, that was fantastic. If you're watching this, you are ahead of the fucking game, man. You're ahead of the game, I'm telling you. Because guys, you know how I know you're ahead of the game? Because I am an influencer, quote unquote. I say that because I was only being put in that box. I'm an influencer. I'm an online coach. You can say I'm a little bit famous. I know a lot of the guys you guys idolize. I know them personally. And guess what? A lot of those people look up to me. Or they respect me so much because they see like, wait, this guy has what we don't. Which is fucking peace, happiness, and the ability to manifest anything he wants, essentially. So to get on the manifesting thing, which is the concept that your frequency creates your reality. Let me go into that, okay? This might be the most interesting point out of the three. This might be the one that really blows everyone's minds. Your frequency creates your reality. Your internal world creates your external world. This is something I've only learned recently. Like, I've only really learned it recently. Before this, I only knew the first 2 points, essentially. Holy fuck, I just realized something. The 3 points I gave you guys, it's funny, I'm like my biggest self-glazer, but the 3 points I gave you guys are essentially the 3 things I've learned throughout my life in my self-improvement journey, like in that order. It's like the first one being, you should only listen to people who have what you want, right? And I would just, listen to people that had what I wanted, and then I leveled up that way and I started getting what I wanted. The second one being careful what you want. That's where I started to get really into Buddhism, and I started understanding more about the idea of detachment and understanding the impermanence of life. And then the third point being your frequency creates your reality, and that is the most recent thing I've gotten into, which is manifestation. Now, you could view the third point like the combination of the first two, which is thinking more about like what you want is what you get, and you need to be careful about this, because let's get into the frequency part. Guys, my brain's a little bit going haywire at the moment. I don't know why. It's actually almost difficult to explain the concept of manifestation because of how fucking advanced it is. I don't know if you guys are really ready for this. Some of you guys might take you years to really understand this concept, but let's just say recently I've been manifesting things so well, it's been absolutely crazy. Like what I just said about the dog and the bird. Or yesterday, let me give you a quick story. Yesterday, it was around 11 a.m. I had all day free. And I was thinking to myself, I want to watch the Michael Jackson movie. Because I like Michael Jackson. I've always loved Michael Jackson. Growing up, Michael Jackson was one of my favorite artists. He was one of the favorite people I looked up to. I've always loved dancing like him. I love his music. I love his passion, his swag. He brought something to the stage that I've never seen anybody bring. I've never seen anyone like Michael Jackson. He's just fucking Michael Jackson. And then he's so iconic that people that came after him, they almost look like, oh, that's like, I can see Michael in that guy. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like Michael is the guy, though. You know what I'm saying? It really took over the music industry. But anyways, I love Michael Jackson. And I was thinking I want to watch Michael Jackson. Yo, these chickens are so fucking loud. Can they shut up? Don't they know I have a YouTube video going on? It's fucking crazy. But anyways, I was thinking I want to watch Michael Jackson. So I decided, okay, I'm going to watch Michael Jackson tonight. And then my brain started trying to solve the problem in my head, which is like, well, who am I going to go with? Because guys, being fully transparent with you, I didn't want to go alone. I really didn't. And if I had to be really honest with the camera here, it's because my recent relationship ended not that long ago, to the point where I feel like if I went to the movie theaters by myself, I would start thinking about it. Because the only person I would go to the movie theaters with in the recent times of my life was my ex. So I was just thinking, if I went to the movie theaters by myself, I'm gonna think about her, and I don't really want to do that. So I'm being vulnerable here. Like, that's genuinely why I didn't want to go by myself. That's like the reason why. I feel like if it wasn't for that, I would totally be down. I'd be like, yeah, why not? I love doing shit by myself. So I didn't want to go by myself for that reason. And then I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll just go with like a friend. But then I was like, it's kind of, I feel kind of gay if I went with one guy. Like, I just kind of do. So then I was like, let me invite multiple male friends. It's like a boys' night out. It's like we're fucking 15 years old going to the movie theaters, right? With our fucking boys. That honestly sounded like a cool idea. So you know what I did? I invited my assistant coach, Brian. He was down, cool. And I invited this other guy, Danny, my good friend. He responded with, and guys, the story gets really good, I promise you. It goes into manifestation really deeply. Danny responds with, oh, I don't watch movies like that, but have a good time. I was kind of like, what's wrong with Michael Jackson, bro? It honestly kind of made me feel like, the fuck, bro? Like, you don't like Michael Jackson? You're kind of insane. But anyways, I was like, oh, interesting. So it's just me and Brian. I don't want to go with Brian. So what did I do? I was like, you know what? And guys, I only did this because I was operating at such an abundant, peaceful state due to a lot of things, but due to basically carrying myself and doing the actions and aligning myself mentally, spiritually, and my body with the state of abundance, which we'll talk about more in a different video, or I have talked about this in different videos, but since I was operating at such an abundant state and my mind was so clear, like it currently is, I thought to myself, you know what, let me invite a bunch of people. Let me make it like a thing. Let me make this like a little party. And I only had about 7 hours before the time I wanted to go watch the movie. So I started inviting a bunch of people, men and women. And then as I was inviting people, I was like, wait, but how's it gonna work? I'm gonna have to wait for the confirmation, and then I gotta buy their ticket, or they're gonna buy the ticket. It's gonna be complicated because I want us all to sit next to each other, so what's gonna happen? And then I was like, wait. I'm the fucking man here. So you know what I did? I bought 7 tickets, all next to each other. E7, E8, E9, E10, E11, E whatever the fuck, right? I bought 7 tickets next to each other. Why 7? Because I just thought in my head, I don't know, I want 7 people to come. And then I proceeded to invite a bunch of people, basically saying like, hey, what you doing tonight? About to go to the movies with my friends, you should come through. I literally said to everybody, I'm going with a big group, come through. When I only had one person who confirmed. Why? Because this is how manifestation works. It works by expecting and preparing for the best. Because you know what ended up happening? It just so happened that I had exactly 7 people who came that night. And I didn't plan for that. And when I say I didn't plan for that, like I invited more than 7 people, but just somehow 7 people exactly showed up. Exactly, literally exactly showed up. Not one more person, not one less person. This is so interesting to me because it makes me think, if I would have booked 6 seats, I wonder if that would have changed things. And I would have actually had 6 people show up. Or if I would have booked 9, maybe I would have had 9. Whatever. What is the point of the story? And by the way, what ended up happening is we had a great fucking time. It was like 7 people, it was 4 girls, 3 guys total. Everyone had a good time. Everyone was telling me thank you, essentially. I started hanging out with this one person after, and that person, when they left, they literally told me, they were like, thank you so much because this was such an amazing night. I feel like I needed this. The day before, the person literally told me, the day before, I was literally praying. I literally prayed to have a friend group because I've been feeling lonely. So I'm so grateful that you did this, and I find it crazy that you did this. And I was like, holy fuck, that's actually deep. That's really deep. I almost wanted to cry. Like literally. I was like, oh man, that's deep. That's crazy. And the person was like, yeah, like invite me again. Like this was so fun. It's so crazy how that happened. I'm like right now processing it. I almost forgot that happened, literally. This was last night. Ooh, it's fucking deep, man. My heart is just experiencing the wave of emotions that created by saying that. An emotion of passion, excitement, awe, gratitude, bliss. I'm literally feeling all that shit right now. How do I transfer this story? And by the way, guys, I'm going to continue doing that. And that was last minute. What if I prepared? What if I prepared ahead of time? Dude, now I see how organizations such as Coffee and Chill or other organizations, whether in Miami or other cities, now I see how they become like a thing. All it takes is someone who just wants to bring people together for whatever reason, and then they just take the initiative. And of course, they have to have the skill sets that I have, like being charismatic, having friends, knowing a lot of people, being good with your words, being good at organization skills, right? Having that, like, that thought process. Because guys, if you were operating from a place of fear instead of abundance, which is like its antithesis of abundance is scarcity, right? Which is basically fear. If you were operating from a place of fear, you wouldn't have bought the 7 tickets. You would have been like, well, what if less people come? Then like, I wasted money, right? Scarcity. Or you wouldn't even have told people, hey, a big group is coming, because you're thinking, well, what if someone comes and then they realize not a big group because no one else comes and it's just me and 3 people? That's so awkward. Your fears will hold you back from being fucking successful. Noticing myself get amped up just thinking about this concept. So to apply the concept of manifestation, the third law that I basically stated, the third lesson, better said, that I basically stated in this video, to apply it, you just have to ask yourself, what is it, now that you know what you want, and now that you know who to learn it from, when I said like only listen to people who have what you want, I'll tell you right now, like pretty much all you need to know, which is the concept of manifestation, how to get what you want, is you need to be operating as if what you want, you already have it. As if what you want, you already have it. So what I wanted was a group of people going to the movies together with me, because I wanted to go to the movies with people. Didn't want to go alone. That's what I wanted. What did I do? I acted like I already had it. So I bought the fucking tickets. I bought the 7 tickets as if I already had people confirmed, but nobody was confirmed. I texted people saying I'm going with the big group as if I had the big group, but I never had the big group. And most of all, not only were my actions aligned, but my feelings were. I didn't feel fear about it. I felt true abundance. I felt like I don't care. I don't care who shows up. I really don't. I don't care if it's this group of 7 people. I don't care if it's another group of 7 people. I don't care if it's 7 guys. I don't care if it's 7 girls. I don't care if it's 1 girl and 6 guys. I don't care if it's 2 people and they think I lied about the big group. I literally don't care. It's all fun. It's all a game. It's all experience. To wrap up this video, you might be asking, okay, but how did you get to a position where you don't have a care, where you have no fear, where you're operating from abundance? I mean, you have 2 options. You could watch all of my videos and try to dissect the knowledge to your best of abilities, or the shortcut is you want to work with me one-on-one to level up your mindset, your frequency, your dating life, your social life. If you want to work with me one-on-one, guys, I've been doing this for so long. I'll be honest, I don't know how long I'm gonna do this for. Like this exact dating thing, I don't know how long I'm gonna do it for. Because I sense big things coming for me. Really big things. In fact, I have a book right here in my hip. Literally carrying a book in my hip. And as I'm saying big things, one thing that comes to mind is I'm gonna create a really big fucking awesome book that people are gonna love. Because reading is my favorite thing in the world. It's one of them. So why wouldn't I create a book for people to love, right? But if you want to work with me one-on-one, link is in my description to apply to work with me personally. If you have any questions about anything at all, don't be shy. DM me on Instagram, it's Serge J. Chavez. Look up Sergio Chavez, you'll find me. With that being said, I had a fantastic time with you guys today. I thought this was a really good video. I'm gonna put this in the start here. It's gonna perform well, it has to, because it's an amazing video. More like this coming soon. We'll talk shortly. Remember, the 3 keys from this video. Only listen to people who have what you want. Be careful what you want. And your frequency creates your reality. Have a great day. Peace.